Alright, so this new video we're going to talk about reviewing the coordinate plane. Okay, the coordinate plane is what you basically graph points and other figures on. So here we go. Let's start. Basically, the coordinate plane is made up of your x-axis and your y-axis. Your x-axis runs horizontally, left from right, and your y-axis goes up and down vertically. And the x and the y-axis intersect at the point right here in the middle, and that is called the origin. And the point of the origin is 0, 0. Now, you always start at the origin when you're plotting points, and then you move on the x and the y-axis first. The positive numbers are just like the number line. They go towards the right. And these are the positive numbers. The negative numbers, just like a number line, go towards the left. So these are the negative numbers. After you move left and right, then you go up and down. And the same thing, positive numbers go up, negative numbers go down. Okay. Also, when you are graphing, the graph is divided up into 4 quadrants. So the coordinate plane is divided up into 4 quadrants. And the way you remember it is you can draw a C for coordinate plane. And what that helps you to remember is that starting here, this is quadrant 1. And then you start with the C, you come over here, this is quadrant 2. Coming down here to the C, quadrant 3. And then it ends at quadrant 4. And the quadrants are basically divide the coordinate plane into the 4 parts, and it helps you determine where you're going to graph your points. So for example, if I'm in quadrant 1, to get anywhere in this quadrant 1, I have to go, my x would have to be on the positive side. So my x is always going to be positive in quadrant 1. And then when I go over to the right, it's a positive number, and when I go up. So all points, all ordered pairs in quadrant 1 are going to be a positive x and a positive y. Quadrant 2. To get anywhere in quadrant 2, I start at the origin. I'm going to have to go to the left, meaning my x is going to be negative. And then once I go to the left, I have to go up, and my y is going to be positive. Quadrant 3, to get to quadrant 3, always start at the origin. You're going to go to the left, meaning your x is going to be negative. And then you have to go down, which is your y is going to be negative. And then quadrant 4, to get into quadrant 4, your x is going to be positive because you're going to the right. And then once you go to the right, you have to go down, so your y is negative. The last thing I want to say is that you have ordered pairs. And ordered pairs are basically your points. Sorry for all the interruptions. But your ordered pairs are basically your points. So you could have an ordered pair, for example, 4, 2. The 4 is your x, the y is your 2. And the x tells you left or right, and the y tells you up or down. Okay, like I said, pretty basic. You probably already knew it, but that's pretty much all you need to know. And now we're going to use that review of the coordinate plane to start graphing some lines. So that is all.